Hi there, this is Dr. Eve Ruiz, owner of Eve Spirit Speaks. In my series, Manifest Your Best. This is the episode that is right before Thanksgiving. How many of you are ready for the holiday? There's always something more that needs to be done. But in the end, it really boils down to being with your loved ones in harmony. And right behind that, if not next to it, for me anyway, it's great homemade food. I can't tell you how many options I explore on my list before I come up with my final menu, because Thanksgiving feast is my favorite feast of the year. I do need to give some honorable mention to a national holiday, and this would be Women's Entrepreneurship Day. So, for those of you who may be putting together a feast, but just don't have the time to bake the bread, make the pie from scratch, or maybe you need the whole thing catered, support your local women entrepreneurs on this holiday as a way to say thank you to those who have been working hard to lift up that bottom line of our economy. Let's get into cards for this holiday. I usually use The Nightmare Before Christmas during this season, but I figured because we could be right now really tired, we could be snippety, or those around us might be because of pressure that's holiday related going on right now. I thought that I would use these really beautiful Universal Love Oracle cards. They're healing. And there's my heart. I put it right out there for everyone to see. I'm going to shuffle these for a moment. I just love exploring different kinds of cards. There are so many nuances to how we can express ourselves through cards, through the very words and the nuanced colors, brushstrokes in the art that is selected for them. Here we go. Okay, this first card is the Eternal Flame. This eternal flame is your truth. This is a wonderful card for when you're going to be at the dinner table with your relatives. Now, this is also important for when you are discussing your Thanksgiving Day plans with others. This is about listening to your inner voice and making decisions for yourself, not just following along with others, at the same time that you are at least engendering harmony by holding your own and leaving other opinions be. We don't have to convince everyone else to do what we decide to do. When you walk your own path, you will know more your own heart and your own mind. This is empowerment. Stand firm. Stay liberated. The second card is the retreat card. I want you to notice the pastel hues, the radiant colors and lightness in this card. We can mimic this with our souls, with our auras, as we get closer to the holidays. I'm going to put this down. I did put it down without telling you the word on it. It says retreat. This is a card perfectly timed, as Spirit usually is, about slowing down. You are being asked to recognize that there is no joy in struggling during these last minute plans and activities related to the holiday. There is no harm in taking a break and replenishing your energy and maybe your sanity. You are working and trying too hard. For those of you who are identifying with this, please listen. If something feels constantly out of reach, or you are faced with obstacles, it doesn't mean that you are doing something wrong. Some things take time. Clear your mind of the thoughts that have been putting a cloud over you. Pushing will not make the earth turn faster. Forget about things for a while and relax. Glory in your effort without concern for the result. Rest your mind, your body, and your soul so you can return to family holiday life refreshed, renewed. All will work out when the time is right. The third card is called the relationship card. I love how there's a dolphin, considered to be a very spiritual animal with a high vibration here. Now, we can be talking about wanting to have a romantic relationship and have someone to celebrate family holidays with. We can also be talking about the relationship that we have with our loved ones as we celebrate. This is a card that addresses the non-abusive relationship. When we think in terms of a fair, loving, and giving relationship, when we feel that we might be struggling to find love and meaningful relationships, or more meaning in our relationships, it may be worth checking into the relationship you have with yourself. When you feel less deserving, you may give overly freely, violating your own boundary and setting up a platform for others who like to take advantage of you, to come in too close, too soon. In a number of ways, our relationships with others can mirror our relationships with ourselves. If you feel you cannot be loved, you may be engaging in more superficial relationships. If something is lacking in your relationship, and this is not an abusive one, then there may be something lacking inside. Now, for those of you who are in situations where you have identified that there are people who take advantage of you routinely, there are energy vampires, there are those who are abusive, this is a different story. The abusive person will use every opportunity that they see fit to put the blame on you, or to project their uncomfortable, their unsettled or insecure, or other kinds of feelings on you. You do not need to accept or absorb any of that. You may deflect it back from whence it came. For those of you who are having challenging times this week, in terms of being able to live harmoniously with your loved ones, I am available for a one-on-one session with you. You can text me at 949-424-4494 so that we can set up the way that I may best serve you. This week is about celebrating all that we are grateful for, and often the most important ones that we are celebrating are our loved ones who have been supportive to us. For those who are not, now is the time for you to, as Jimmy Kimmel had said, unfriend. Now is the time for you to just shut off, not give any extra attention to those people who will be dragging your energy down over the holiday. When those kinds of energy vampires will try to snag you into a conversation, try to get you riled up. Don't engage. Choose to walk away. Choose to excuse yourself and walk toward people you get along with who are not that way. You may stand dignified, centered in your power, and walk away from all that does not serve you. I wish for you to stay healthy emotionally, mentally, and of course physically during this week. I also wish for you to be blessed, and most of all, to be your most comfortable in your own skin, authentic you. Namaste.